Well, hello, my darlings. Back with a treasure haul video. I've been up to Kidwelly, to the massive de-stash event that they have up there. They have it about 3 times a year. I went up with a crafty friend and her crafty daughter, and we had a whale of a time. Met loads of crafty friends and new people, and no, it's just basically a giant boot sale for crafters. And no, it was really, really lovely. So I came home, put the camera on, and just went through the bag. That's why it's all out here. So I do hope you stick around and enjoy. And thank you for watching. For you, I'll only be a tick. Right, my darlings, let's dig into this bag from today. So it is a big bag, fairly full to the top. So I'm going to put it on the floor next to me, and we'll have a little poke around at what I've got today at the de-stash sale. So those, these are all like textured papers. That one looks like brown leather. Soft leather jacket, it says, and there's 5 sheets in each, and they were £1 a piece. So I've got that brown leather one. That's quite interesting. It's like a stitched, looks like stitched leather, doesn't it? What does it say? Patchwork parchment. That one is called Red Berries. Now, I'll probably squirrel that one away with my Christmas papers. But they're unopened. There's 5 sheets in each. That one's called Woven Hide. It's almost like the texture you see on a handbag, isn't it? And then the last one, ooh, pardon me, old leather armchair. So, really chuffed with those for £1 a piece. Yeah, that's 20 pence a sheet, so I'm happy with that. What else is in here? My map keeps flying around. I bought one of these. I didn't buy one of these. I've been wanting to buy one of these. It's a craft companion cleaning station for your stamps. So I know some people don't clean their stamps, but I quite like this idea. You've got a solution, then you spray on this side. So I don't think I have a stamp handy around me. Hold on. There we go. So the idea then is you rub your stamp around this pad, and it takes the ink off, and you can dry it on that side. Very nice to use. I used it in a card making workshop once, where we were all using and sharing the same stamps, but doing them in different colors. And we had one of these that came around the tables with the kits, and I've been wanting to get one ever since. So I'm chuffed for that. It doesn't need to go back in the bag. So I only paid a couple of quid for that one. Okay, there's loads in here of these. They're all falling out. So there was quite a few of these that were in a bundle. And I think me and my friend that went with me, we bought the whole tray full and then shared. There's another one in there. And another one. And another one. So yeah, we split it between us. Let's have a look what's actually here. Now these, I do believe, are watch parts from a genuine watch. Somebody's actually taken a watch apart to get those parts, so I'm really pleased with that. I think it comes to about £4 each for everything. A lot of the jewelry type elements that were in there, of course, she's kept because she does proper jewelry. So I've got some keys. I like the little wind-up keys in there as well. Those are a different kind of size. A lot of stuff in that sort of copper tone, which, you know, like a lot of my embellishments, I got a lot of silver charms. I don't have things in this color. Sorry for the crinkling. So those type flat embellishments, I like those. It's kind of unusual kind of shape. But these are the flat thin metal, whereas where's it gone? And I've got a black one. Those are the corners. It's not a focus. It's not going to focus on this plastic, is it? And I've got some brassy ones and gold ones of these, but I didn't have black. So they're not the clip-on book corners, but the book corners that you glue on. So I quite like those. What else have we got here? Some oval embellishments, just like the other ones. Let's have a look. I really should take them out of the packet. I do apologize. Quite a few of those in there. Ooh, that's a lovely shape. And they're really, really thin as well. They're very, very thin. Perfect for page embellishments. Are those all ovals? Can't tell. Yeah, they're all ovals. There's quite a few in there. I'm really pleased with those. And more gear. Now this one was interesting because we thought it was just charm, but it's not. You've got gears there. There's 2 butterflies, a bee attached to a clock, a pair of scissors, but this is an actual latch. Does it go the other way? That way. So that's an actual sort of latch to put on. I've never done a book with a latch on it like that. I'm a bit intimidated by that because you know how junk journals tend to sort of gator mouth. If it goes too big, then your latch won't work, will it? So I don't know. I will use it for something, but that was interesting. Quite a few sort of steampunky type things. These will get tidied away after. Some good-sized chunky binder clips and a range of a few different coppery colors. Clocks. Tim Holtz gears. These were little square frames. I don't know. They're all different sizes. Definitely useful in a junk journal. Pop those over there. Butterflies, I don't know. There was doubles in there, so I've had a butterfly and a heart. So we'll see. A lovely chocolate bronze set of brads. A little like crafty sewing kit charms. So the scissors, paint palette, sewing machine, tape measure. Yeah, I like those. Industrial, that's supposed to be, but they've got that raised, clear, so they got a bit of shine to them. Those are interesting. Again, there's just a couple of pieces in there, and it's just like a flat, it's not completely flat embellishment. Keys, definitely. Those watch parts. More keys. More clocks. A lovely little cameo. Might do the cameo on something. I'm thinking about doing a black and white one, actually. And a little Paris set of copper charms, which is lovely. And studs, you know, with the claws in the back that you got to hammer on. Hold on to those. What is this? Oh, leaves. It's just a pack of leaf garland. So, nope, happy with that. And I'm always a sucker for leaves. I don't know why. Let's see what else is in this bag. Let's have a look. That one, 50 pence. The lady's been there before in the same D-Stash event, and she often sells bundles of upholstery scraps off really cheaply. I think she must have her own upholstery business. But the color palette in here was just screaming at me, and it was 50 pence. So one day I am going to sit down and make myself a handbag, a really big carry-all bag out of these upholstery scraps. What else have I got? Ah, this one. I've never seen one of these. So if you've ever got very, very small silicone stamps, instead of trying to use one of your bigger blocks, You can stick them to the end of that, and then you can just pop them around. So that is staying out with me, definitely. So I want to give that one a test, for sure. What's it called? Clarity Crafts Stamp Pen. Because I got a set of the fingertip ones, but I think I like the idea of that one more than having a fingertip one. Right, what else is in here? A lovely little piece of linen, pound. So I think it's a meter, well no, 28 centimeters by 1.5 meters. But I think I might try stamping on this to see what it's like. Right, what else is in here? More leaves. Brushes. Won't say no to brushes. If somebody's ordered a pack. Because I do have some more colors now to play with. And I try to make sure they've got their own brush. So yes, please. And like, you know, a sack of leaves. These are really nice leaves as well. I think I've had these before. They've got a bit of a, more of a fabric finish to them. And these look lovely sewn directly on. 30 pence. Yes, please. So I don't know if where you live, you get the D-Stash events. There's more from that, what is this one now? Oh, it's all like pens and clock hands and things. Trying a few out now. Those are interesting looking pens. It says something on there. It says a trinkets 25. So I would say memoirs 87. Oh, that's interesting. Memento 65. They've all got some like findings 53. They've all got little text imprinted on them. That's really cool. I like that. What is that? A scooter? Clock hands. More of those. That one just says stuff. 84. Those are really cool. How do they open then? So look. So no, the D-Stash was really good. I mean, it's like a boot sale for people like us. And you go in, and it was just a really fun vibe and feeling in the room, you know? It just opens like a safety pin. Those are really cool. I'm going to hoard these, you know that, right? I'll be like, do I use them? Until I can figure out where they've come from. There's a few charms and some small clock hands in there. No, yes, please. I like that. Right, what else is in here? Getting down to the bottom now. These, definitely unopened in the packet. I could do with 2 more handles. I got loads of the refills, because I bought a big pack of the refills. Because they do wear out after a while. If you look at that one, what's that one? I think that's the ground espresso one. I don't know if you can get the camera to focus on it. But the foam just starts to go really scraggly, and you'll notice if you're doing the corners of something that sort of bits of the foam will like end up on your desk, and that's time to replace them then. But 2 more of those, yes please. And what have I got in here? Last few bits, and I did good. I've done good with my treasure hunting this year, I think, for sure. And, oh, there's more charms at the bottom of this bag. Oh, my word. Right. Don't know if I like the flower on that one. But, again, all these were all in what I paid £4. That was my share. Oh, there's 2 in there. I quite like those. A little bit shiny, but that's okay. Right, I gotta find something to put all these in now where they live. Ooh, some more of those book corners, but those are bronze ones. Let's have a look. Now the vibe in the D-Stash it's like a massive community hall. There's 2 huge rooms, but it's just all full of people different crafters. There were people there that did textiles. There was a lot of fabric there today. No, those are nice. Just to glue on as a... You know what? Instead of putting them on a book, I could probably use those on like your mini books going in, or something, or a tag, because those are very, very thin. Another sort of pendant, a bit shiny. And I think these are all butterflies, but they're kind of steampunky looking. There was one huge bag of these, and me and my friend split them. Or shared them. Come on. Sorry for crinkling. There we go. So they're relatively flat to be used in a journal. They've got a very steampunky look to them, I think. And it looks like you could add gemstones into those holes if you wanted to, with the right kind of glue. So I'm really pleased with that. I had, this was again a couple of pence, and I was quite taken with it. It's quite, they're not very thick, but that I really, really like. And there's not a whole lot left on there, but no, happy days. And what else? A couple of die cuts, leaves, some swirly bits, and two tattered lace labels. Got that sort of, I don't know what you would call that shape. Does it say? No, it just says labels. But you get all those sizes. So how many are in here? The smallest is 0.8 inches by 1.1 inches. The largest is 5.8 inches by 7.8 inches. Let's have a look. I'm curious now. How many are actually in here? Ah! Oh, there's a lot in there. There's a lot in there. Oh, my word. That's cool. I could do a whole book. I could do a whole book with the page aside. If I have to work out if the biggest one fits, because I don't have the Big Shot Plus. I've only got a regular Big Shot. Are all these meant for Big Shot? They look, I don't know, I have to test those out. That's really cool. And that's got all those sizes as well. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to find a magnet card or something for those to go on to. Or, I don't want to leave them in there because they're taped down. I'll work it out anyhow. No, chuffed with that. I didn't realize there's so many in there. This one I couldn't quite work out. Again, this is tattered lace as well. So you've got your opening there. Let's open it up and have a look. So you've got your void in there. And then you've got the different flower elements. So I quite like that seam there. Okay, I'm going to have to look this one up online, I think. Oh, my word. So that must be the one, yeah. That one must come out, so you can punch your void of what you want to see through, and then have your background layer, and then punch that. But then it says you've got, these are individual elements. Oh, those are the ones in the center, are the individual elements that you can add. Lovely. No, that's definitely worth a play. Nearly there. Saw this bundle. I think this bundle only cost me a couple of pounds. I know I spent a £20 note, and I spent pound coins that I had in the bag. So I know I was around £25 for everything. But I quite like that. And again, this was like, the biggest purchase I had was the lots of charms for £4. Pound for this, pound for this, pound for this. £2 for that. Pound, I think £1 a piece these were. £1 a piece the paper was. But look at the color on that. That is brilliant. If I work on autumn, I'm going to have to include some teal in the autumn colors next year. Or not next year, this year. Because that is gorgeous. 3 fat quarters. I absolutely fell in love with this fabric. Proper big fat quarter size. So that I really, really like. And then she had this one. I'm not normally one for text, but they were £1 a piece. And I thought if I do a writing journal, that would be lovely to go inside. That on the outside, maybe that on the inside. Very grungy. And then I spotted this piece in the same basket, which is really grungy. Yes? So those can be put away because my fabrics are the next thing I need to de-stash. And these are good size pieces for me to use as a sort of reference. This is the size I want for journal making. And the last one, I'm not going to unwrap all these. I'll just show you how many I've got. There's 2 lovely, lovely ladies that set up all over this area. I've forgotten. Is it Moonbeam Craft Beads? Yeah, I always hit the table. They got, it's one of these little sweet sacks, and you can fill it for £5. And so I've got all these different, try to turn them over here so you can see, all these different jewelry elements now. All of these I had for a £5. And she was like, put more in, put more in. I'm like, I'm okay now, I'll go play with these now. So I've got all sorts in there to like little, I'm not going to unwrap them. Look at those little charms there. Perfect. Those are ready to rock and roll on a bulb pen. Happy days. Those as well are ready to rock and roll on the end of a pen. Happy days. There's some glass-like leaves. And some good size little chunky lobster claws. And it's always nice to have that little bit chunkier size lobster claw. Because your standard, like, necklace ones are too small, aren't they? So a few of those, I could have fit more into this little bag, but I was happy with what I got. And I know they're local, so I'll just watch for them on Facebook for when they set up next. And, and go and check them out. And as per art, if you are out there watching, there's mice in here for you. She found more mice. So, yes, so that's my haul. I'm very pleased with this. Really pleased. I've got to make a note to self to take all this plastic away. So that's kind of part of it, is just discovering what's there. So, no, I've had a whale of a time today out with a crafty friend and her crafty daughter. Met up with people from Craft Club that were there as well. Spoke to new crafty people that had tables set up. And no, it was a thoroughly enjoyable Saturday out and about. So, thank you for watching, my darlings. So that's all for me for this treasure haul. I'm going to go find somewhere for all of this to live now. And I'll be back with you very, very soon to look at how Ciao Bella is taking shape. So, thank you for watching, everyone, and happy treasure hunting, and hope to see you back again soon. Bye for now.